There we go. Except it's not supposed to be saying that, but it's supposed to be...
There, yep, you're live.
Okay.
I definitely see you now.
Alright, so now then I switch over here, and... Is that good to go? Is the game showing now? There we go. Hey, my thumbnail worked. That's good. Alright. I think I'm up. So can anybody...
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Alright, man, hit that ground. Oh. Got you on the TV, nice. You're rolling.
Oh, hang on, let me turn off, I still got Godan going over here. Let me turn that off and make sure that mine's working. Let me turn off, there we go. Still got Godan going over here. Can Zalan or Dylan, one of you guys say something? I want to make sure that sounds okay. There we go.
Yay! Welcome to Will Luxley's live stream.
Hello, hello. I'm here.
Yay! Welcome to Will Luxley's live stream.
Oh, cool, that works. So, alright, I'll turn that down. Alright, so I got it up and running. I think I got all my volumes and everything set, and the phone set where it needs to be, so I think I'm good. I think I got it. Now if I could just get this other alarm. Oh, that was my email. Alright. Are you, is Godan still running?
Nope. He just finished up and just closed up shop.
Alright. So, I got mine going. I got Discord up and running if anybody wants to join. I don't have band open just a second for some reason. I thought I did.
Alright. I can post the link for the Discord if anybody wants to join.
Alright. Yeah, for some reason, right when I want to use it, it logged me out. Oops. Alright, hey, I appreciate the new subscriptions. I just see some rolling in here. Just trying to get a couple little things finished setting up. Uh-oh, that didn't work. This is my first time streaming that I'm also using Discord. So bear with me a little bit while I try to make sure everything's working right. I don't know why that's not. All right.
This is Will Luxley from... Will you play normally in which alliance in NPG?
I am normally in Dragons in Master Alliance, or Masters League. I'm a co-leader down here with D parentheses, not DEE parentheses. It's kind of confusing because we have two leaders with similar names, but ours is just D, just the letter D in parentheses. We've been down here for quite a while. I'm one of the co-leaders. I think Feranic is a co-leader. I don't know. He bounces around, so I can't remember if he's around. Yep, Feranic's still in there as a co-leader. One of the things I strive to be is a heavy grinder. Don't necessarily succeed every week, but I usually try to end up with around 1,000 raids a week. Typically, D beats me, and I'm not sure if he's just been really busy since this event started. He hasn't been on very much. I've chatted with him a few times, so I'm not sure what's going on there, but typically he's way ahead of me. But he's been doing this for a long time. I don't know, maybe he decided it was time for a break. I've been grinding quite a bit. on this event. Hey, Fatty, thanks for making it, man. I just saw you pop on there.
Yeah. Reason why I asked that too is just for the simple fact that I know a bunch of people might pop on here and might not know who you are.
Yeah.
So I figured you might want to give a little introduction.
No, that's fine. So I've been playing a lot of catch up. I know some people. I definitely have some new subscribers, so they don't know about me. I rushed to casual up now, and I'm actually because I've got multiple use offers, so I do have quite a few souls right now for this event, but I will get, well, I've been most of today, I've just been grinding, just using portal stones and hitting just as often as I can. I got a few things here I haven't collected, and the big thing for me is I'm going to get Zeus, but there is supposed to be a fusion event after Zeus is over, so probably on Tuesday is going to be a fusion event. So when I collect, or when I get to the point that I can collect Zeus, I won't actually pull him, because I'm going to wait and burn all these other titans and level somebody up. And since the last time I streamed, which was about a month ago, I've leveled up quite a few titans. I've gotten Artemis up. I've actually maxed quite a few, and I wish I had made a list, but I didn't. But I maxed Hell. I got her to 60, and she's pretty awesome. Really like her. Let's see, I'm also maxed Kronos, who happens to be on my defense right now. I also maxed Skolnar. I did finish him out, and I haven't really decided what to do with him yet. He's just kind of sitting there hanging, because she is a very good Kronos killer. Her skills are just unbelievable. I didn't even realize what I was sitting on until I happened to post her stats, and somebody was like, oh, level that up right now. And, well, I did. That was a month ago, would have been the last fusion event. So I got her leveled up. I got all of her relics done. Pretty much every titan you see that's maxed, all of my relics are done for those titans. So I put in a lot of work, and I really wanted to get Hades to 50 before I used him on the live stream, but I fell a little short. So, but he's actually doing pretty good with Panthers. In my inventory, one of the things I'm sitting on a bunch of stuff that is specifically for Zeus. All of these, I've got 2 4-star XP relics. I've got 2, 4, 6, 8. I have 8 3-star XP relics. Those are all for Zeus. And I'm pretty tempted during the fusion event. I have an extra Ladega. I have one that's basically an attack Ladega, and I have one that's a defense Ladega. And this one here, this is what I call my attack Ladega. She's probably gonna feed Zeus. My other Ladega, I keep her on defense because she's got some special skills that I like. She's got some special defense stuff on her, so she will probably be kept around. And one thing that I've got, I'm a long-term player, and I learn at every opportunity that I get how to improve my game, what I need to do to make myself better. And one of those things was to make myself a mini account. And I'm gonna fire up here on my third device.
That will be Lux.
yeah, that's Lux, and right now that account is in Alliance Dark Matter. I tend to bounce it around wherever Dragons ends up. I look for an open alliance and I move it, and then I ping pong with that. And I have chained lands, and I've kept these lands chained from, I think, the very first Throne War. I will never give those up unless, you know, somehow they manage to take them away from me in the game, which they haven't done yet. So I keep all of those lands chained, and then I keep a couple free spots, so if I need to, so I can grab my dailies, or if there's a ping pong event that we can use undefended lands, then I keep a couple spots there. But so my mini account, which I always keep myself tagged in my own. You can see the chained lands that it's got, and then, like I said, I have a couple that aren't chained. And so I don't really ever have to search for somebody to ping pong lands with. I can typically just go in and do my own thing with my two accounts. Sometimes it's not always convenient to have both accounts open, but for the most part I try to use my own just because it's easier. The stream keeps breaking up like Godan's did. Yeah, I'm not sure why it's doing that. I saw that just a second ago. I saw it kind of break up. I'm not sure why.
It's been running in front of my TV this whole time.
It is?
It might depend on the person. Sometimes I know some people have a little bit of an issue and others don't, and then some people do and others don't. So.
Okay, I just saw in the chat somebody said it was breaking up. I thought I saw the wheel
Aaron
spinning.
said that, yeah. If anything, I just reset it, like as in like back out of the live stream, go back in.
Okay.
Kind of like how we have to do for the game sometimes.
Yeah. When this event started, boy, the server errors were unbelievable. So I got out for a little while and just let it sit, and then came back about 30 minutes later, and it was working fine. But
yeah. Well, I mean, for an event like this, how long have you been playing? That's another thing I don't know if you've mentioned yet as well.
I've been playing, I think I'm a little over 2 years now, just barely over 2 years.
Yeah. In this case, for an event like Zeus, you like immediately using event relics, like within the first like hour of the event, you know at this point that's not always the smartest thing to do.
Oh yeah. Yeah, especially when this big. Typically any event, because normally I don't use relics, so I don't pay that much attention to it. But when these head start offers come up, I mean, those are pretty good. When they're giving you 2 guaranteed 3 stars and 2 guaranteed 2 stars and 100 portal stones for, what was it, $13-14, it's like you got to do it. I mean, it's it's almost a no-brainer. Yeah. So, but yeah, I don't typically use relics at the very beginning just because I prefer to grind, and then I try to get my relics towards the end, but they kind of force you. It used to be, what was it, a 12-hour window? I think this event it was a 24-hour window.
Well, this is the second time they've done the 24-hour window.
Okay.
They did Cerberus event. They did a 24-hour window as well.
Okay.
So and I think it's smarter to do that because again, this is a 24-hour game, as in the sense of there are people asleep, and it's like, well, you're not really giving them a full day's option, you know what I mean, to be able to purchase.
So what I try to do...
It only starts when you log in.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
it does start when you log in, but giving a player an opportunity make a decision within 24 hours instead of 12 hours, I think there's more of a turnaround when you give them 24 hours.
Yeah. I would agree with that.
But it does make players have to make it does push the, am I doing this? Am I not doing this? Am I investing? Am I grinding? You know what I mean? It makes you think all those things.
Yeah, and this event for me was just kind of a no-brainer. I knew I was going to go for Zeus. There's been other events where I've kind of looked at where, well, I've obviously skipped to some. Like, I don't have Dionysus. I don't have Athena until now. I wasn't going to do the second Artemis, but when they did, what's that called? Conquest?
Yeah, Conquest.
Conquest, yeah, I did that, and at the time I didn't realize how many relics I had won in that event until the Artemis event popped up, and I was using my relics. Next thing I know, I had 6,000 souls, and I was like, oh, well, I have to finish now.
Oh, no, no, TOW. You're talking about
Theaters of War.
Theater of War.
Theaters of War.
Yeah, so when I saw I had, enough to make 6,000 souls, it was like, well, yeah, I have to get it now. I was like, I can't pass that up.
Yeah.
That'd be a waste.
Theaters of War, and when you have extra event relics like that, it does dictate how you will play in the event. It really does.
Yeah.
Because
So,
it's not like you're getting tokens, and it's not like you're getting gems that you can decide whether. When you get event relics that are specific for that event, and it's like, well, use it or lose it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, you can save them for the any relic ones.
You can.
If you've got the relic space.
You can. You can.
Yeah, my mini's sitting on some, and I tell you what, sometimes that gets to be a pain because they don't give those out as often as they used to. I mean, what was it between the last two that we had? It'd been months. And when
Far too long.
Yeah, and we were already sitting. I mean, I constantly have to do forging because I've only got about maybe 50 free slots, and that's kind of pushing it. But on my mini now, I've got 500 slots, but I've got a lot more wiggle room because I don't have quite as many Titans to play with on it. I've got quite a few 4 stars, but relic room because all those relics I'm holding, I just forge them off.
500's a lot for a mini. I think I've still only got 250 slots unlocked on my mini.
This one, I just saved up on my mini. I don't spend on it.
Will's mini's been around for a long time. Will, how long has your mini's been playing? For almost 2 years too, right?
Yeah, it's pretty darn close to 2 years. It's almost 2 years. I mean, like I'm sitting on 144,000 gems, and I've got 18 event tokens. It's probably got, and I'm picky on the 4-star Titans that I do try to get.
Paladins and champions.
Yeah, pretty much. I got a few in here though, but I got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I've got more than I thought. 12, 14.
I do have to ask, Will.
16.
Did you explain your
17.
choice of Hades for this event?
Well, that's my problem. I didn't know Hades was my next highest Greek god.
Okay.
So when I started this event on Thursday, he was level 42, and I now have him at 47. I was trying to push him to 50, but I didn't quite make it. Because after that, see, I already have some of my other Greek ones are maxed, and I really don't want to run with the maxed. Cerberus, I couldn't get. If I could have got him to 30, maybe I would have used him. 20 is just, I can't put him
I totally understand the whole don't want to run the event with a max Titan. It's not preferred.
Yeah, you
Is your Kronos maxed?
Yes, my Kronos is maxed. Yep.
Alright, I'm using Kronos on this one.
Okay.
So he's only 40 something.
Yeah, I pushed Kronos hard because I wanted him maxed for... he was awesome on attack, and I hate using him on defense, but so far nobody's beat him. I think I've only been hit maybe once. I was using Valorn before I was using Kronos, so... But it bothered me quite as much.
Are you with Dragons right now for the event, or are you on another team?
No, I'm in Dragons. Yeah,
look at the chained lands, Alon. Will's not going to move anywhere.
Yeah,
that's true. I guess that's true.
I don't really move unless it's by accident. Like one time, Dragons actually we accidentally got into Legend League because other.
Oh yeah, you did. I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that. And
so we had to work very hard to get ourselves demoted, so we could get back with our lands. Because myself and D, we pride ourselves on our chained lands. We don't want to lose those. And my mini is the same way. My mini has all chained lands. I mean, I learned from D. I mean, he's got this down to an art, and I've learned a lot from him and how to get all this stuff set up. And like I said, it's taken a long time. Because we've had 2, 3 throne wars. I mean, you don't get chained land very often.
No, you don't. Not anymore.
So then when you get them, you want to hang on to them.
JJ will tell you. So how is Dragons faring in this event? Just curious.
Let me look after this. I think we're in the top 300, or at least we were the last time I looked. I'm not sure where we're at today. We've already had a couple people finish.
Nice.
Now, like I said, I rushed. I have a bunch of souls, but now it's kind of, which I've got, what did I say, 30 some event tokens. I'll probably burn some, but I'm going to grind as much as I can till the last day, and then I'll start pulling some of those. So we're at 287 right now. So, and
I know a few Dragons players moved up to some of the other teams just to fill out some spots. I know Captain Willie's going to be coming back down with probably a second Zeus, but we'll see what happens. I don't know if I forget if he's on Hammer or War. But I know.
Well, Captain's normally in Knights.
Yeah, he's normally he's normally in the other.
He's one of the leaders in Knights with Cats.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Captain's actually the main leader.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we actually have one guy that's finished right now. We've got one that's really close, and then there's quite a few of us. So
it doesn't. You're still going to see some Zeuses floating around down there in Masters League. Because people think that there is going to be a crap ton of Zeuses floating around in Legends League. Don't get me wrong. But when it comes down to Masters League, there's definitely going to be a good amount of Zeuses floating around. So.
Oh yeah. There's quite a few of us that are going to get
no more greens.
Yeah.
No more greens in Masters.
No greens for anybody. See, I'm kind of undecided. D-E-E, she said that I should go ahead and get Zeus on my mini as well, and I've got enough to cover it. It just my problem is, do I have enough physical time to grind out, and get him? So I don't know if that's going to happen or not.
What level's the mini?
It's level.
What level's Lux?
29, I think. I think it's level.
No, what castle level?
Oh, castle. It's only castle 16. I've been sitting at 16 for a long time, and it's not even.
Do you really want a ranger? Well, I suppose the lightning storms would be.
Yeah,
pretty quick.
I actually use. I've maxed, I have a level 52 or 53 Hell, and she's actually pretty impressive on there, even with level 16 Storm Maiden. So I started kind of working on her relics. most of the time what I really use is Thor, just because he's such a beast. He's level run. I don't hardly even have
Actually, I just had a thought. Well, if you do get Zeus, Conquest will be very easy for your mini.
Oh yeah?
Because you'll get all the max units. So,
oh, that's true.
For our minis, we have to use the troop buffing Titans.
Yeah. Now
Whereas we don't use them in normal play.
Now I do have a max Chronos on my mini.
That's probably pretty good. I tend to use a Talus, max the Talus, for Conquest on the mini.
I haven't tried that. My Talus I have is, I think he's in the 30s. I haven't gotten him up. Basically when I got Chronos, I was like, Chronos is it. That's taking him all the way. So every XP relic, every fusion event, and there's times, because both of my accounts are over the resource cap, so I do have a little bit of advantage there because I've had that for a long time. But my mini, I don't grind on it as much as I do in my main account, so sometimes he gets kind of low, so then I have to go spend some quality time hunting food when I know a fusion event's coming up. So sometimes I gotta
that's a common problem.
Yeah, so then I have to like, oh shoot, I need to go spend some time on it because I only have 5 million in food. It's like I need 20 million in food, so then I gotta go and put some time in it. But on my mini account, I'm trying to think here. I'm looking real quick. I think I've got close, but I don't know actually this account because it's basically an I don't care account because I don't spend on it. So I mean, any 3-star, 2-star, whatever that comes through is automatically deemed food. Whereas on my main account, I'm always like, oh, you know, if I keep this guy, he's good for the Pantheon. Maybe I should hang on. So, you know, then I talk myself out of because I can't bring myself to fuse him. He was my first 3-star champion Titan. I used him forever until I got my 4-star, but I maxed him out, and it's like, well, now I can't bring myself to burn him because all the time I think I spent, you know, building him up. But I've got a pretty good collection on my mini for when I need to do events. Like I've got a level 55 Basathi, 51 Calvarex. Edalus is only 33.
We got a couple. We got a new Captain Howdy first time on your live stream. Meant talking in chat.
Cool. I've got 2 Hells. I do have Hades on my mini. I think I got Hades because of Kronos. Wasn't he in the Kronos event? I think. But he's only level 36 on my mini, so he's kind of, with the mini account, he's kind of hard to use, so I had to switch back to my level 58 Thor because I was losing too much and it was costing me too much in food. Because Thor, like I said, he is a beast. I can run with him and attack land solo pretty easy with him, so I'm not too worried about if I put him on something.
Now, Will, after you, it's Truth coming up next at, what is it, 10:30?
9. He's got an hour and he comes up behind me. Unless,
true. I saw Rockslide 2 pop in here on Discord, but he's also in the chat as well now. He just popped in.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't have my YouTube chat running because I didn't want too much feedback, so I'm trying to... I have a Galaxy S7 for my mini, my Note 9 for my main, the tablet for Discord, and then I have my PC running so I can see the YouTube channel. So, but hey, I got
see. It's known as the Mickey Mouse setup.
Yeah,
Will.
It works.
That's what the brain called it.
Yeah, I saw that the other day. I was like, wait a minute, I got the same. I'm trying to do the same thing because we got this
right.
Like we got the same tablet. I'm like, he's over here making fun of me. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, Zalon got that tablet, I think, because of me.
Yeah, I did, Will, and it's great.
It's an awesome tablet, I'm telling you.
It made my live streams so much better, to be honest. And I think about it, I'm like, did it really upgrade it to the point where I'm like, what people say, oh, you're, a real YouTuber where you have like the full setup and everything else? No, but it made it so that my live streams have like, Discord is solid, you can join, everything's going to sound good, it's going to be awesome, so.
Yeah, I'm impressed this is working as nice as it is. I thought I was going to have to go buy like some kind of fancy microphone, or there was some way I was going to have to hook this up to my PC, and I'm like, wait a minute, I don't know I can do all that. I'm like, there's got to be a different way to get this to work. And you figured it out.
Great. There, Aaron just subscribed. You got a new sub?
Yeah, I'm trying to build up my base. I just I want to stream other games, because I also play Clash of Clans. I've been playing that for about 4 years. But I don't want to like have separate channels, but I also don't want to confuse like Dawn of Titans people or Clash of Clans people, if I come on and I start streaming something different. Because so far, all I've streamed is Dawn of Titans. I haven't actually done any Clash of Clans content yet.
Well, I'll be real honest with you. It is better to do it as separate channels at this point in YouTube.
It is.
And it's not for the simple... It is better that way, and it's only because of the fact that when you separate it, it makes it so that people will not be like, oh, they're streaming that game this time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and that's the whole deal when it comes down to that. It's just better that way. It seems like the way YouTube's set up.
Yeah. Let me catch up here, man. I see Pisces Shark came in, Godan came in, Solja. Let's see, Ed's channel, Zalon, of course, Captain Howdy. Hey, thanks for being first time being here. I appreciate everybody that's showing up. I got 17 watching now, and I got the little thumbnail to show up, but when I started my stream on Streamlabs, it pulled up this 5K Divine Gym pull. I don't have 5K. that was a little while ago. I don't have 5K to pull, so I got to figure out now how to change that title when I start my next stream. So that hopefully I can get that straightened out. Figure out what I did there, because it just auto-populated that. I didn't even select it. It just, when I told it to connect to my normal content, it just threw that title in there, and I was like, wait a minute, that's not what I'm doing. But this is part of the 24-hour Zeus live stream. I think I'm the third or fourth, because didn't Jim go first? I think Jim streamed first, and then Zalon and Godan, and then myself. For some of you that, oh, hey, there's Mig. Hey, Mig. And there's Aaron MVP. Yeah, you guys don't want... Yeah, so I'll figure something out, because I do have another channel. I've just never used it. I think I set it up for testing. So I can figure out eventually how to split these up. But like I said, for right now, all I've ever streamed is Dawn of Titans, so it's not really a big deal for me right now. I just haven't got around to really doing anything with any other content. But I know, like, Rift of Rygard is eventually going to, at some point, start up. So I might want to eventually stream some of that. So I would probably then need a third channel or something to get set up with that. But yeah, most events, what I typically do is that I try to grind as much as possible, and then I use relics. Now, these events where they offer the Head Start packages, I have gotten those in advance just because it's a limited window. And then what I try to do is calculate out what event, and then I usually cut that in half, and I'll only purchase the half that I need, because then I know that I will grind the rest out. Because I can typically on an event weekend, I can usually hit 9 to 11,000 souls just grinding, so I don't have to do very much to finish. So, but like I said, when they offer the Head Start package and it's there in advance, it kind of ties my hands a little bit when it's a good deal like that. So that's why this time I'm a little bit ahead on the event, but now I get to slow down and just kind of grind, which I do have, I don't know what, 30 some tokens saved up. So I mean, when it gets down to it, if I need to, I'll end up using some of those. But I'm sitting a little under 19,000, so I think I'm almost to.
Did you pull your relics that the tokens that you get in the actual event yet? Even if you don't want to pull the tokens that you have saved up, if you want to, I don't know if you have pulled any relics already, but you could pull one or two here on the stream just for stream luck. You never know, Will. You could get something good.
Yeah, I could pull some. I collected the tokens. I just hadn't done anything with them. Like this stuff here, I just hadn't collected it yet. I thought I would wait and do it, maybe do it during the live stream. But I got up here. I obviously I can't pull the Titans yet because I'm going to wait for the fusion event. But I did. There's my Athena. There's the Ancient Token. There's the 300 Divine Gems. There's the Greek God Relic Token. There's...
well, we got to discuss that too, Will. We have to discuss the Greek God Relic.
I haven't.
Want to know what you want?
I haven't pulled any of those yet. I still have the other one as well. There's Fenrir. Isn't there two? Oh, I haven't made it to the second token yet. My bad. Oh, I made it to Hell, so I'm almost to the second token. So, where do you go to look at that? You click on your Divine Gems, and that'll take you to the Divine Altar. And in the Divine Altar is where you find where you can use the Greek God tokens. And so you have your choice of the Poison Dart, Poseidon's Crown. The question is that Fenrir relic any good? I actually like that relic. Let me go pull it up here. I'm working on a Labries because I didn't get one the first time around, so when I got it this time, I'm putting all effort into maxing that relic, which I think I'm at level 6 or 7 right now, which I just got at this event. And
the reason why is it because the Labris also has the Maiden Critical in there? Is that why?
It has. Trying to think off the top of my head, it has the Maiden Storm damage, the Titan resist against physical, and armor piercing. Storm Maiden armor piercing.
Oh, and never mind. That's not one of the Storm Maiden critical ones, but still,
no,
it gives that damage and armor piercing. It definitely has the 2 out of 3 there.
Yeah, and I really want that. So, and I have some of these other ones too, like the Midas Touch and the Reinforced Grip. But somebody asked about the Fenrir. Did I pass it already? How did I pass that?
No, yeah, you passed it. I just watched it on my TV screen as you passed it.
I went flying past it on this amazing Note 9. Everything moves so fast. I gotta go backwards through the alphabet here. And almost there.
I'm back.
I think I have one.
Oh. Thank you, Dylan.
Hello.
for letting us know.
I think I have one maxed. No, I don't have one maxed. Maybe I have it on my mini. This one has the Storm Maiden damage, Militia damage, and Titan and Troop Armor piercing. I like it for the Storm Maiden damage because, let me tell you, when I was running with Thorhild, and then when I was also running with Hell, Storm Maiden damage, let me tell you, I prefer running with Storm Maidens more than I do with Panthers. Right now, to me, Panthers are slow. Like, this is my Thorhild. I'll slow down a little bit and let my screen here catch up, but I got critical, 72% Storm Maiden damage, 22% critical, and 90% Storm Maiden damage. So then I went.
Oh, wait. You didn't know that a Thorhild without damage against Titans wasn't good? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, somehow yeah. I did not know that. And see, I had a second Thorhild, which I think I fused it into this one. And she was all over the place. I think she had Archer this and I don't know. She had this hodgepodge of stuff. It was
you had the original Thorhild.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, and she was terrible. So I had never paid any attention to the second one I got. But I mean, let me tell you though, when I ran with this one and the relics that I had on her, which now they're all kind of spread out, but I've got a whetstone that's maxed. And I did only have the 3-star Labries. Now I've got a 4-star that I'm working on. But then I had the reinforced grip, the Midas touch, all of that. So when I got done with Thorhild, I switched to Hell, and I started running with her, and I only ran her with Storm Maidens. And she has done really well. I got 88% AP and 180% Storm Maiden damage. And then you see the relics that I stole from Thorhild just to run on Hell. So I got the Reinforced Grip, which I really like the Lightning Storm spells. I got Gungunner, I think is how you pronounce it. The Serrated Edge, which has all three. It's got the Titan Lightning damage, the Storm Maiden damage, and critical. Then the Midas Touch and Banner of the Storm, which that was one I didn't have before either, and I got it maxed out as well. So I kind of miss running around with Hell because I would just throw those relics on there and load up on Storm Maidens, and I had it made. The only difference when using Panthers versus using Storm Maidens is when you're attacking with Panthers, you can just go in and hit auto raid and attack, and the Panthers just go out. With Storm Maidens, you actually want to do a little different setup. What you want to do there is you want to hit select all, then select the nearest. Your Storm or behind whatever's behind, they want to go and attack the Grenadiers or the Archer Titan or the archers that are back there. So then your Storm Maidens, they just run right into those Imperials or the Pikemen, and the next thing you know, you're like, oh shoot, what happened to all of my Storm Maidens? So when you do your attacks, if there's anybody else that's out there that's struggling, that's just a little minor detail when using Storm Maidens. That's how you want to use those. So it took me a little while to figure that out, and then I was like, I wonder if D knew this. So I went and I asked D, RD in parentheses. I went and asked him, and he's like, oh yeah, I figured that out. And I was like, I should have known just to ask. Like, he's figured out a lot of stuff that I'm a little behind on, but once I got it down, it's like, oh, this is a piece of cake. So then I'm losing no Storm Maidens, and my attacks to me are way faster. I mean, my typical attack was 10 to 13 seconds. Now with Panthers, it takes me a little bit longer, which I'm still fast. It's just not as fast as when I was using the Storm Maidens. And I was trying to actually come up with a set of relics that maybe I could use the Storm Maidens with Hades. And I was playing around on .database, and I couldn't quite get the numbers to come out right, so I didn't really give it a full trial run yet. But I think I came up with something that it still gave me like I think it was 9,000 damage coming from the Storm Maidens, whereas my Panthers right now I'm only getting like 4,500 damage, I think. So I could probably speed up if I did switch to Storm Maidens, but I knew I had a couple relics that I still needed to maybe level up to hit those numbers. So I didn't try to jump onto that yet. So let's see. So what do I got here? I'm hovering around 14, 15 people watching. Hey, I got a new subscriber there. 22489 Alex. Thank you. So probably here after this hit, I might go and just pull a couple tokens and see just what I get on the live stream here.
That's right. Get some live stream luck, even if it's stuff that you're relics that you'll use later in the event. You know, you never know. You could get some good ones right now.
Yeah. I had the flu over the past weekend, so I'm still kind of slowly recovering from that. It's only the second time in my life I've had the flu, and let me tell you, it was not fun. It was almost like I thought I had strep throat, and I went into, because strep throat, they can give you antibiotics, so I'm like, I'm going to go in the doctor and get some antibiotics for the strep throat, and then they were like, yeah, no, it's the flu. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. All right.
That must really suck.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they were like, oh, just keep taking over the counter stuff. And I'm like, my throat is on fire. And she was like, we'll give you some prednisone and that'll help. And I was like, oh, it's better than nothing. So I lost a couple viewers. But, all right, so I got 34 tokens. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pull a couple here. And let's see what I get here. So,
I recently got a few teeth, so I know the kind of bad feeling.
So here comes my first one. Let's see what I get. Give me something good. Oh, that stinks. I got a 1-star. I can blame Zalon. Where's that hashtag?
Yeah.
Hashtag blame Zalon.
Blame Zalon.
Maybe we'll do an attack and then we'll try. You know, this account is not a Dromediddle account. I have zero luck when it comes to pulls, let me tell you. I definitely have to admit that I am slightly jealous when he pulls and he just, every time it seems like a 4-star just falls in his lap.
Well,
and I'm like,
well, did you see his 500 DG pull that he posted and banned?
oh, was
it yesterday or the day before?
Was that the video that he posted?
Yeah, and it was the Shadow Weaver. He just pulled one 500 DG. That was it.
And see, I think that was the only video that I didn't watch, and then I couldn't find it. But I figured the way people were congratulating, he must have got something really good. See, I need the Shadow Weaver, and this is what stinks. On my mini account, I have the Shadow Dancer, but on my main account, I never got it. I got the Champion one and the Guardian one, and then a month ago when I did pull the 5,000, I got the Paladin. So I need the new Shadow Weaver, the lesser Shadow Dancer, and I need the Night Whisper.
Yeah, Night Whisperer is clutch. It really is. It really makes your infiltrators into monsters.
So I'm,
as long as you have the correct skills for the Night Whisperer.
yeah. So I've got, what am I sitting at? 24, 2,500 divine gems. So I mean, it took a long time to get to 5,000 divine gems. So I don't know if I would be willing to gamble on another 500 or not. Oh, let me go back here. So I
or you mean to gamble on another 5,000, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna wait. I think till I hit 5,000 again. So I'm gonna try another token. Surely I can't get 2 stars and 2 1-stars in a row. Hey, there's a 2-star. That's a little better.
Yeah.
I see.
I mean, if anything, you expected to pull probably what, like a half dozen relics for this event? I'm not saying you should pull a half dozen relics right now, but I'm saying, is that about right or not?
Yeah, usually about 6. But this event is a little bit longer. But 6 would probably still be about the right number. Oops.
Well, you also get, this event just so happens to have 6 tokens in it. So really, if you pull 6, you're just using exactly what you got in this event, and you're exactly where you were before.
Oh yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah, it worked out pretty good. So I did pull 3 total. So I got 2 2-stars and the 1 1-star.
Okay.
So not too bad. Would I would obviously prefer 3s, but I can make that work. 'Cause I know I'm getting pretty darn close to. Actually, I'll just yeah. So I'm getting pretty close to the other token. So the other Greek god relic token. We can talk about that for a minute. So there's
yeah. Well, what is your game plan?
Well, I know for sure, at least for one of them, I'm gonna get the golden apple because I don't have that one. However, all of the other relics I do have. So I'm not sure what I would get for a duplicate. And if I did get a duplicate, would it be one I would even keep, or would I just use it as forge food? Because I don't have Dionysus, but maybe she'll come. Is that one a she? I can't remember.
Dionysus?
Yeah.
Dionysus is a guy.
Is a guy.
It's an alcoholic dude.
It's an alcoholic dude. All right.
Purple and leopard print.
Yeah. So I don't have him, but the last event I did pull the what was that relic called? The something Dionysus. I did it start.
The grapes?
The Dionysus Amphora. I pulled that
grapes?
one.
The amphora, Zolan, the jug.
The jug.
The jug. Let's see, I don't think I have the gift of Dionysus either. But I think I have 2 of the poison darts. I don't have a golden apple. I'm pretty sure I don't have the gift of Dionysus. I have Hades' chariot, at least one of those. I have a time warp. And have at least one of all of those, so let me double check, but I'm pretty sure I don't have gift. Let me look here real quick.
You enjoying life? Are you streaming? With no, are you enjoying live streaming?
Let's see. Yeah, so I don't have the gift. Yeah, I have one Hades chariot there, and I did have 3 heartstones, but I already fused one or forged one off because I didn't need 3. But I did keep the second one for just in case. Let's see, what was the other one? Time Worn Doll. I think I only have one of those. Oh, and this goes back to one of my. I always have to complain about it every stream. I really wish they would fix this system.
You mean just relic sorting?
Yes, I really do wish they would put some work into this. I mean, this is terrible.
Believe it or not, I think some of it. I think it is being worked on right now, as we actually. Well, not right at the very second. They're asleep over in England. But I believe that it is being worked on, and something that's going to be rolled in the next 14.
What was the other one? It was something. Was it Poseidon's Helm or something like that?
Crown.
Poseidon's Crown. I think I have that one. Hey, Zalan, is there a way to change my stream name after it started? Because people are...
Yes. Yes, there is.
There is?
There is a way to change your stream name after you started. Is if you can go into your YouTube in a browser, if you can go into your YouTube account through the dashboard, you can go in, click live streaming on the left hand side where there's a whole bunch of options, and go in there and change your title. Yes, you can while you're live streaming.
Or you can do this, which is a lot faster. For me, on my computer, you know, the one that I read comments on, if you go on to, like, your page, like the browser, and you watch, like, go to the live stream, like, below your name, there's, like, 2 big bars that says analytics, and then edit video. If you just click edit video, it goes straight there.
Okay, so let me click on...
That's how it is for me.
Ah, here we go. Yeah, so I can do 24-hour Zeus. Oops. Definitely want to spell Zeus right. Zeus live stream. Alright, until that save. Alright. So now let me go back to my channel. Hey, there we go. Thank you. That was a big help, because I didn't know you could change it like that. That was easy. Alright, I got it changed, guys. So people that were saying they couldn't find it, I got it changed. Digital microscope. Peeps can't find me. More marketing needed. Yeah, I need some marketing help, that's for sure. Between Dylan and Zalan, we got it figured out, though. Yeah, it was something that auto-populated when I started the stream. I don't know why it put that in there automatically. Everything's still coming through good.
No, you're sounding fine. So.
All right. So, back to my Greek god relics. I kind of just need... So I had 2 of the poison darts. So the 2 that I don't have would be the Gift of Dionysus and the Golden Apple. And so right now I have 1 token. Now the Golden Apple I can immediately use because I can use that on Zeus. I can also use that on Athena, right?
The golden apple?
Yes.
I think you can use it on any Titan because it doesn't have the initial first skill isn't here, let me check. Scroll for days. Yeah, I can put the golden apple on Dionysus and he's a physical Titan.
Okay. Okay. So probably get now with two of those tokens. Really, because at one I have to gamble that he's going to come around again, which he probably will. But
I got 2 golden apples as well.
See, I'm thinking I like Storm Maidens way better. I'm thinking I would probably just take 2 apples. Or I could take 1 apple and then have the gift to cover, because I do have the other Dioness relic as well. So then it will at least give me, what, two of the relics that were in that one event, if I remember correctly. For some reason, I know at the time that was just not a Titan I was interested in, but then I do kind of like Militia, so then later on I was like, I kind of wish I'd gone for that one. So, you a
little bit of Titan regret syndrome on that one there, Luxley?
Yeah, and I don't skip too many Titans, but I have actually skipped I skipped Hades the first time because I didn't really like Hades.
It's tough to skip the summoners. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah,
it's tough to skip the summoners.
I skipped Athena. I skipped Dioness, obviously. So I skipped 3, and out of those 3, I probably wish that I would have gotten Dioness out of those 3. So I would hope at some point that he'll come back around. So if I got that gift of Dioness, at least I would have some of the relics that I would need for him. 2, I think there was 2.
Well, also, if you look at it this way, I was going to say there's a lot of speculation on Poseidon being in the Conquest event coming up.
Oh yeah.
So, a lot of speculation on.
But if he is, wouldn't it be very likely that they would have his relics?
Most likely, they would have both of his relics in there. Yes, that's true.
See, I have Poseidon
for
in
Will skipping Athena and Zeus in the same event now seems like, certain times when you skip certain things and then do go for things later and then get the Titan that you skipped initially, in this case, Will...
Well, like for me too. I didn't have Hel either or Athena, and now I have them both, plus Zeus.
And plus Zeus. So you're getting, you're getting 3, for the price of 1, if you want to look at it that way.
And I originally...
And I also got... Oh, go ahead.
I originally had 2 Hells, and I had just fused 1 off during last fusion event, and now I have another Hell again. And I don't know what the skills are on this one, so I don't know if I would even keep this one since I already sacrificed 1. I might just sacrifice 2. You never know.
And even for me, I wasn't around for the Hades event either, and then I got Hades and his 2 better relics in the Kronos event.
Yeah.
So I've turned out actually good that I wasn't around for the some of the
sometimes
kickoffs.
Skipping certain events is all right, and then sometimes when you skip an event, you never see that Titan or their relics again for like
right.
Right. It's not. It works out sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't work out other times. So.
Right. I've just been lucky that the ones that I happened to skip came around eventually.
Captain Howdy wants to know, are any of the god relics for Hell, and which one? In of those god relics, any of those 4, I'm trying to think, or was there 6? I'm trying to think. Can the golden apple could go on Hell, I believe. I think that would be the only one that would probably do any good on Hell. The other ones, I don't feel like they would do any good.
No.
So I think you're limited if you're looking for which one. There, Captain Howdy, I would say the Golden Apple. And then in the event itself, the Fenrir, I think if I'm pronouncing it right, that one's a good relic for Hell. Let's see, I need 103 more to get my second token. So I think with the first token, I think I'm going to go ahead and take the apple, just because I know I can use it right away. And then in just a few more hits, somebody's going to have to help me decide whether I need another apple or whether to gamble and take the gift of Dionysus. Or Dionysus. Or...
I almost went for the gift. See, I didn't have his relics. I did get him off when it was the random, the god. It was the chance of getting, or all the 4 stars you'd get from the polls were gods.
Oh, yeah.
And I just happened to do a 2K poll, and I got a Dionysus.
Oh, nice.
And I got the amphora on one of the other choose your relic things from one of the other events, or maybe it was one of the random ones. I don't remember, but anyways, I looked at it and I thought I could use 2 apples instead, just in this situation. If I would have got a third one, I probably would get the gift, but I don't especially need it for the build I'm using so far.
Yeah.
Well, Rockslide, you're in which alliance? Just curious.
I'm in Hammer.
Okay, yeah. So in your case, most likely you won't see a third token.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not expecting it or really wanting it. I'm just saying if I had another one, that's what I wanted. That's what I would pick, but I'm not really wanting that. I prefer 2 Zeuses.
Would these tokens roll over?
That's a good question for Rick.
I wasn't willing to risk it the other time.
A lot of people won't want to risk it.
Because it does say that it expires after 24 hours or whatever, and it is taken out of the gem, buying page or whatever. But so is relic tokens. So who knows?
Yeah. When it comes down to even the situation where it's the pick your own infiltrator or pick your own. Whatever class Titan they decide to choose for a certain event, those tokens can be reused when those events come back around. It does take a while for them to come back around, though.
And you're not guaranteed to get another event like this.
No. Do any of you guys know during the Hades event, was the chariot and the cloak the only relics offered that were specifically for Hades?
Here, I can tell you which ones were for sure because I got them both.
Okay.
Yeah, there's 2 for each. 2 for Kronos, 2 for Hades, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was. The cloak and the chariot.
Okay. Ed's channel was wanting to know in the YouTube chat. I thought those were the only 2. I just wanted to be sure. So,
yeah, the other one, his other one, which I would say was the less than ideal one. They fortunately didn't have it in there.
I'm gonna go ahead.
Have we heard anything from Truth? Because he's supposed to be taking approximately 19 minutes.
I haven't seen him in my chat. Let me look and see real quick if he's on ban.
Yeah, I'm doing that right now. I'm already checking on ban.
Okay. I'll keep hitting then. You can go look for him. The only thing I don't like, okay, I don't mind Hades because thankfully he has the Panther buff. I've never been a huge fan of Grenadiers because they're so slow. They're slow to move, they're slow to fire, and I've noticed the same problem with these when I drop these Grenadiers. They're so slow to target and fire. So I almost tend to just drop them on top of any other ranged troop that might be trying to shoot mine. Just because when I drop them back here...
use them as a distraction.
Yeah, it takes them so long to do anything. I'm like, I'd rather dump them up here on these militia, and then I drop my poisons from my venom seed, and I just let the militia get wiped out by the poison spell. Like, I don't even use the Grenadiers, because it's like, they don't do anything. Oh, hey, check that out. I got an Altus as a drop. YouTube. I always forget there's a little lag there, but I got an Altus as a drop.
Okay. And it's nice when you get 3-star drops, 4-star drops, 4-star relics, 3-star titans when you're grinding. You know.
Yeah. Let's see.
That's the season reward right there.
Yeah. And see, I just hit 500.
That's speaking from a master's viewpoint, Feranic. But yeah.
So now I gotta go.
Well, from quite a lot of NTG viewpoints, though.
I know, Feranic. I get 2 stars. I get 2 stars in Legends. Don't worry.
Oh, let's see. I gotta go. I almost want.
Altus is 3-star, though. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a 3-star. I want to finish this Labries before I start working on the apple. Oh, I did. That Divine Touch that I did draw about a month ago, I just finished it today, and I had started on this Labries as soon as I got it. So, but I haven't put that Divine Touch on Kronos yet. But I've heard and read that that is a good relic to use on him. I just haven't put him on there yet. So I'm gonna free up some space in here because I don't want to lose any Titans, because that fusion event, it should be on Tuesday, because this event is running till Tuesday. So the Titan fusion event should be Tuesday, so I don't want my Titans to roll over into the treasury, because my battle drops, they're only 24 hours. I don't want to have to burn any. So even when if I finish this event early, I'm not going to pull Zeus until the fusion event. And even though I'll have burned all those Titans to collect him, I will have all of those XP relics plus potential 4-star Titan that I'm going to feed into him anyway. I've got I don't think I actually talked about that a little bit. I have 2 maxed Ledegas, one that I kind of consider an attack Ledega and one a defense Ledega, and I no longer use the attack Ledega, so I'm actually going to set her, she's probably going to feed Zeus on the fusion event day. And we talked a little bit, and I think a level 60 going into a level 1 4-star will put her, or put that Titan at about 47, 48-ish, I think. So I think that's what I'm going to do, and then I'll try to fill in the rest of the gaps with the 3 and 4-star XP relics that I have saved up. So that should get my Zeus pretty close to, or maybe actually a little over 50 by Tuesday, which I'll be pretty happy with, and then load him up with Storm Maidens, and I will be good to go. So that's my I'll call that a long-term plan, even though it's only till Tuesday. But that's my plan for Zeus. Let's see, I've got all these 3-star XP relics here. I think I counted eight of them earlier, and then I have 2 4-star XP relics. I'm trying to find one more relic to dump into this Labries, which just got to level 7. And as you can see, I have a whole bunch of stuff that I haven't leveled, but stuff that I don't want to get rid of either. At least not anytime soon. There.
At least not yet, right, Will?
Yeah, and some of them, especially the ones you saw that I had multiples of, typically, but does help. I don't know. See, I might lose that Altus if I
Random sake, I was just looking. I have a Zeus, haven't leveled him at all, and I just went into Fusion and put a level 60 Italis. Like, I'd fuse him in, and it would bring him up to 45 without the Fusion boost. So
nice.
I don't know what it would bring him up to, but I'm not sure who all is going to be eaten by Zeus, but there might be a few.
Yeah, I know for sure as far as max that Ladega I'm willing to sacrifice, but I've got a ton of food. I mean, if I go back to my main here, I'm actually, what am I sitting at now? 331 over 265, so I'm about 70 70 some. Trying to do quick math in my head. It's not always a good idea, but I'm a little over 60 over my cap, and I still got 4 days, so I'll be by the time Fusion gets here. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention. Pull this. So I pulled the golden apple the first time, and I don't need another Poseidon's crown. I don't need another time worn doll. I don't need another chariot. I definitely don't need another poison dart. So it comes down to, do I either pull a second golden apple, or do I go ahead and pull the gift of Dionysus or Dionysus?
Yeah, it's what you're going over right now is what a lot of players are going over. You know, it is a major decision on exactly which way you want to spend your two relic.
We'll see now somebody was saying they pulled the golden apple for Zeus, and they pulled the golden apple for, what was the other setup? For Athena. Somebody pulled one for Zeus and one for Athena. Now, here's my thing. I know Athena is good, but I already have, I have Thorhild and I have Hel, and then I have Zeus. Now Athena does summon storm maidens, so I could use a golden apple on her as well. Because what are the, look it up here real quick. Because I know it buffs Storm Maidens and Omega Maidens.
Yeah, the first skill is Omega Maiden damage, and then Storm Maiden critical, and then Titan and Army lightning damage.
There's not too many cases where I need double, and if Dionysus comes back around, there's also a chance they may not offer that gift of Dionysus. They may not offer that relic again. I could see them offering the other relic, that I already got from another Greek god event. And if I...
was there only 2 relics for him?
I thought that there was only 2.
Okay. I mean, if they would bring him back in an event, they most likely would have it, unless if he's like... Well, it kind of depends. It depends on what they feel like doing, I guess.
Yeah, if he's a filler, they may not offer...
But yeah, and
like forever.
Right.
That's a tough call to make. Because I know if I did pull to the second apple, I could definitely use it now, whereas the gift, I would not be able to use it until another Dioness came around. So, I don't know, I think maybe for me to be safe, I think I would take the golden apple and just assume. I could cross my fingers, because when they did offer Hades with Kronos, they did offer the 2 relics, because that's how I got those, Hades Chariot and the Cloak. So maybe they would offer the gift, which
what seems...
Go ahead.
What seems to me is when they offer 3 Titans, like they did this time, the 2 middle Titans, or whatever, the first and second, they have like 1 relic for them, but when there's 2 Titans, they have 2 for the first one as well, and they have more relics if there's only 2 Titans, or whatever. Like, now they just have Fenrir, or Fenris for Hell, and the Midas Touch for Athena. But before, like, Kronos event, there was 2, because there was only 2 4-star Titans, I believe.
Yeah, true.
That seems to be the way they have been running, but, you know, they can always change their mind, too, so...
Yeah, and the other thing I'm trying to think too. Okay, so when I pull Zeus is going to be my immediate attention Titan. Athena is going to sit on the sideline. So it's like, so how quickly am I going to get to Athena? And
right.
And if I have the golden apple, with it being in the G's, it's not going to take me that long to go and pull that relic if I'm going to use Athena or Zeus. It's not going to take me that long to scroll to that relic, so I don't know. I might just go ahead and snag the gift and just cross my fingers, because this has been the first time that I've been able to snag that golden apple. So, you know, I'm happy that I've got even one, just because of this type of event. You know, it's not in the normal milestones, so, you know, you think about it, normally we wouldn't get that relic. So,
right.
So I'm pretty happy that I got it after having missed it the first time.
Yeah. Hey, do whatever keeps you happy, man. That's the main thing.
Yeah. So I'm thinking I'm going to pull that gift, and then that way I have Dioness covered, and the golden apple, I can make that work for Zeus or Athena, which, you know, right out the bat, it's going to be all Zeus, because that's why I was trying to work on some of the other Storm Maiden relics, so because I knew I was going to need them for Zeus.
And if you're ever wanting just a little extra crit on Hell, you can always pop the apple on Hell, too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I could do that, too. I hadn't heard from Zalon in a little bit. Did he happen to find out where Truth is? I still haven't.
Unfortunately not. Unfortunately not. In
No?
that case,
Well, I can...
like I've already mentioned, in band already on the DOT chat, YouTuber chat. Basically, if I need to, I'll fill in between you and Godan when he goes live. So.
Well, I can stay on a little bit longer if I need to.
Yeah, if you want to stretch out maybe an extra half hour,
Yeah,
that would be helpful. That would be helpful to me, because it would just make it so that I wouldn't have to jump on as long.
Yeah.
But I would most definitely fill the gap time between when you finish up here, whenever you would like here, Will, and when Godan wants to go live.
Okay. Yeah, I can hang out for a little while longer, and maybe he'll show up.
Yeah. Well, see, Truth is in this Discord right now, but he's muted and he's also deaf. Which means he can't hear us and he can't say anything.
Oh.
So it's like not being in it.
It's basically the same. Yeah, exactly. But thanks for being here, Rockslide, and Feranic, and Dylan too. But it's awesome, especially to keep the 24-hour live, or 24 plus. That's what I'm calling it. 24 plus.
Yeah, because Jim started a little early, didn't he, for us?
Yeah, Jim started way like at 4:00, and I know for a fact that tomorrow night it's going well into the evening hours, well past 24 hours. So, yeah, we have a good crew and a lot of people that are willing to step forward to put a little bit of time in to make this a very nice and very long live stream.
Yeah, that's too bad. I didn't realize my relic inventory was full. I might have to just lose that Altus. He's only a level 1 3-star, but...
Wait, why?
Because I'd have to empty my inventory to pull him.
Oh, yeah.
I'm 70 Titans over, and with the fusion event on Tuesday, I don't know that I really want to burn 70.
The Athena is in the... Oh, because event rewards are weak.
Yeah. So I can let them sit, but yeah, I was trying not to go over, and I didn't realize I hit 500 when Altus fell. So I may end up losing him as food.
It's a serious managing game that you're playing there, Will.
Yeah. I thought I had it all mapped out, but I got all excited in the live stream, and I wasn't paying attention to my relic inventory. But that's alright. Well, I pulled those 3 relics. That's what it was. It threw me off.
Oh, come on now.
Hashtag blame Salon.
Hashtag blame Salon. Now, here it comes.
Yeah, we're sorry, but we couldn't help it.
Salon help. I was waiting for him to catch on to that. I was waiting. He caught it. What am I doing here? Oh, I need some...
Yeah, but see, if you would have gotten a 4-star on your stream, you would have said hashtag praise Salon.
Yeah, so. See. But like I said, my pull seed on this account is horrible. I think in 2 years, I've pulled 2 4-star event relics. That's how bad this is.
Wow, that's pretty bad. I'm sure you pulled more on your mini, right?
Oh yeah, my mini has all kinds of luck. I can't even believe my mini. I've pulled quite a few more.
Speaking of minis, my mini pulled a 4-star this round.
Oh, nice.
Isn't it crazy how that goes?
Here, I'll tell you what. Out of 25 pulls, I had 4 1-stars, and I had a 4-star, and like 6 or 7, 8 3-stars, or maybe more. I don't know. Actually, no, it was 10 3-stars. So I had way more. Yeah, I had a good number of 3s and 2s in comparison to 4 1-stars.
Yeah, this account, when I pull on this account, it's typically 1 and 2 stars. So that's why I've learned to just try to grind as much as possible, because I know I'm not going to get very good pulls on it.
I don't know. I've had some good runs on my main account, but this round wasn't so hot.
But you know those relics that you pulled in this stream, though, Will. You're gonna have to use them on Monday. And
I went ahead and burned the 1 star. I already used it. I just finished it. I just finished it out. I still have the 2 stars. What was I using here? The dory. I was using the bitter dirks. Yeah, it seemed like using the bitter dirk seemed like I was doing a little bit better than using the dory. The dory had resist. What does it have? Resist physical. But it does also have Panther's damage and Panther's AP. But I kind of felt like the bitter dirks was gaining me a little bit more. I don't know if it was that critical that was helping or not. Because on my Panthers here, if I look at, it was 178 AP, 65 critical. So yeah, I think that critical was giving me just a little bit more. But see, that's what I was talking about earlier when I was trying to decide if I was going to throw some relics on and just run with Storm Maidens. When I was on database, it seemed like I could get Storm Maidens up to a little bit over 9,000 damage. Whereas the Panthers, I could only get this 4,600 damage. And when I was running Hell and Thorhild with Storm Maidens, man, that extra damage, I was just chewing through anything that wanted to come at me. So that's why I personally like running with Storm Maidens now instead of the Panthers.
Oh, most definitely. They definitely make it so that you don't have to really worry about losing troops.
Yeah, which I don't lose very many anyway, but still, when I can lose 0, I'm way happier.
Well, yeah, when it comes down to grinding these events, Will, you played long enough, you know what it's like. You know how many days are in a weekend, and how many days you're working with, and what your time frame is. You have family and friends that you're doing stuff with sometimes, not all the time, but like a real person, you do have a life.
Oh yeah.
And there are weekends that are not going to be suitable, So there are situations where you really want to go in and you want to lose absolutely nothing because you're going to go in for a 3 or 4 hour stretch because that's the only time you have, And when you do that, you can't be losing troops like crazy.
No, I remember back in the day when my troop cook times, I'd get up to like 4 hours on Panthers because I would lose so many Panthers when I was, and this was a smaller account. It's like, yeah, I don't have time for that anymore.
Yeah. I mean, when you have a solid time that you can be able to grind out, you have to play it like a streamer. And that's why I always complain on the live streams. I'm like, why am I hitting so many low-level lands? It's like, well, frankly, I would prefer to be able to make it for 3.5 or 4 hours if the stream goes that long. Because in 2 hours in, if I don't have any troops left, I can't keep going.
Yeah. And that's the nice thing about having, if you've noticed, if anybody's watching the live stream on my mini, all of my anchored lands are very specific lands. Those are lands that I sifted through for days and weeks on end to get just the perfect setup. So when you look at these lands, if you happen to notice, there are almost all the food lands are identical. All of the gold lands.
Actually, to be real honest with you, Will, it would be really cool if you made a completely separate video, like an actual video, maybe 5 minutes or less, that explains exactly what you did when it came down to picking out these lands. Because a lot of players would probably really want to know that.
Yeah, because it took some work and took time and going through and sifting. Because, say, like this land that I'm hitting right now, this food land, I mean, I have these memorized that I know even when I load them up with militia like I do to increase my chances for drops, I know exactly where those militia are going to drop. So all I have to do is go put 2 poison spells down and I'm good to go. I don't have to sit there and watch it. I don't have to guess because I know exactly how everything's going to fall. But like I said, you had to sift through these different lands to get the exact ones that you need. Because if you can do 1,000 hits a week, I mean, you're looking at, 285 XP per hit per times 1,000. You're increasing your odds of getting 3 drops, especially on the lands that are max defense. That's why all of my food lands I have loaded up with militia to help increase my drops. So even when there's not an event going on, I mean, guess what I'm hitting? I'm hitting my own lands because I'm still getting decent amount of food, XP, and drops. And like I said, it took a lot of work, and I didn't learn all this on my own. I learned it from somebody else, and helped perfect it, I feel like, so that it works for me. But it does take a lot of work. So yeah, so if their Throne Wars was to ever...
You put a lot of time in, Will. You have put a lot of time in, and have definitely earned your place to be able to talk about exactly what you're doing, and not be someone who doesn't know what they're talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you put the time in, and sometimes on certain weekends the finances in, it after this period of time, it pays out. You're seeing a lot of certain events, better than others, obviously. And Will, you do pick and choose. I know that definitely. So.
Yeah, sometimes I pick wrong, but you can't win every time.
No,
right.
And it's just like pulling epic tokens. You can't win every.
No. Let me tell you, I've pulled a lot of epic tokens. Matter of fact...
Speaking of that...
No, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you the man.
The last fusion event was the Berserker one. So I think I had 8 epic tokens, and I had, I think, 4 regular tokens. And I pulled every single one of them in trying to get food for Thorhild and for Hell. And I didn't get lucky and pull any 4 stars, but I did pull some pretty high level 3 stars that gave me a lot of food that helped get those up. So
nice.
So stockpiling.
That's real nice, Will. And you know me, okay, Will. You know me. I actually preach the fact that there is very limited amount of Berserker food out there, right?
Oh yeah.
And when they give you the option to pull, and you do get a decent chance at getting 3-star Berserker, because of course we don't have 2-star. Even though we do have a 2-star, they don't put the 2-star guard into that temple. But still, when you have the opportunity to get 3-star Berserkers, and you're possibly going to get them up in 30s, maybe 40. You know what I mean? That's not bad.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm actually... What am I sitting on them? For Zeus, aside from the Ladega that I'm probably going to sacrifice, I'm sitting on a ton of other Ranger food. It's stuff that I've just been stockpiling because as soon as what was it, March 1st or whenever they put out that little blurb about what was coming this month, I started saving. I mean, even my 1-stars, they take up a ton of room, but you know what? That's all gonna add up on a fusion event when I throw all that into Zeus. I'll keep my 1 Jarn and my 1 Leota there, but everything else will go straight into Zeus.
Yeah. At this point, pretty much, when it comes down to my collection and everything else, I only keep one of every 4-star, and everything else below 4-star, if I have completed collections, I'm fusing everything.
Oh.
So, and at this point, I only have a few. I don't want to say a few left. I could say I have like 7 left to go. So when it comes down to it, I'm fusing anything under 4-star, and only one copy of every 4. So
Yeah, that's one thing that is kind of nice about my mini account, is that I don't worry about the Pantheon at all. There's nothing in the Pantheon that I want for that account. So everything that comes in that's not a 4-star is just food. I mean, there's a few things that I'm hanging on to in case something really good comes around. Like, say I do manage to get Zeus on that, then yeah, I'm pretty much going to like dump everything into Zeus to get him maxed out. Because I'm like, there's no point. I don't need the 3 stars that are on that account. They're pointless. But if I could get, just like when I had Kronos, I mean, I dumped a ton of stuff into Kronos to hurry up and get him to 60, and it's paid off huge. Even on my mini account with just level 16 troops, I'm holding off some pretty good attackers that would normally be trying to steal my base of food and gold and stuff. So it's been they come by thinking that my account's an easy hit, and then they go in there and they actually hit it, and then they find out, oh, it's not such an easy hit after all. And then they kind of leave me alone.
They leave me alone.
Because when you get in a season for a week, you kind of start recognizing some names, and you're like, oh yeah, they've got me tagged, because they realize that this account's not going to retaliate. It's a pretty easy for, especially if you don't want to draw attention to myself, I can go and I can still beat my mini, especially since I know what's on it. It's a little bit easier to go in there and hit it and get my daily over with. But it is certainly nice having Kronos, having a decent defender, but now with Zeus, I don't know how well he's going to hold up.
Yeah, well, give it like 2 weeks, and there's going to be a crap ton of maxed out Zeus's all around.
Yeah. So then I'm like, well, good thing I have Valorn and a couple of other relics that I'm going to need to work on with Valorn. I think one more life people.
Well, no, Soldier's video was his test account, just the same as my test account video.
And maybe Valorn will be back where I need it to be, but even that's going to be questionable. I didn't get to watch Soldier's
account video.
Yeah, I watched yours.
Well, his is the same as mine, except he went against. I mean, I went against Max Garrisons as well, but I went against Max Garrisons in like Elite League, which again isn't. I don't want to say that they're not the top players, but they're not. They're high end players, Castle 25s, but they're not playing in Legend League.
Yeah. Or
Masters League. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Neither Masters nor Legend. So when you're chilling in an Elite League, Castle 25, it seems like they had all garrisons that were just a lot of more old school Titans. And if they did have like a Kronos or a Valorn or, you know, other summoning Titans like Poseidon or Dionysus, they were just lower level. And they weren't on their garrison. Because as you saw in my video, I just walked around right around their center, basically their leaders, and hit all their garrisons, and I just couldn't find a Kronos.
Hey.
So in that case, you know.
Yeah. Hey, Zalan, on YouTube, I've never had this come up. Somebody made a comment, but it's given me an option to show or hide it. I don't.
Yeah, that's because something they said is being flagged by YouTube itself. You're fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay. It just means YouTube is watching your back.
Okay.
So all you can this happens constantly in my streams.
Oh,
but anyway,
there's a first for me. So.
Yeah, no. That just means you're a baller.
Oh, all right. Okay. That's all right.
Because remember, the only reason I say that is because whenever you have your first dislike or you have somebody blowing up your comment section, it just means that you made it big.
Let's see. I did pick up some new subscribers. I thought somewhere on here.
Definitely did.
Yeah, I thought somewhere on here it would show you like how many subscribers you had, but I don't see it right this second. But yeah, I certainly appreciate everybody that's new subscribers. I try to put out content at least once a month. I am trying to get a little bit better about it. I've kind of talked with Boganar a little bit. I've got a spare room that we're working on, that we're kind of fixing up, that I'm going to try to set it up so I can do a little bit more live stream in there. And so that I can sit here and live stream. So I'm sure when I get...
Isn't that nice of her?
Yeah.
Isn't that nice of her?
Yeah. Now, she wants to be in the same room as me, but I was like, but you know, if I had the other room, and then she wouldn't have to wear the headphones. And
yeah, that's how you do it. You slide it in there, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Will, I was just looking. It looks like you have 112 subscribers.
112.
Wow. Nice.
Wow. Well, I certainly appreciate everybody subscribing, and like I said, I'm working on some content. I'm also trying to learn how to pre-record and put some content out that way as well.
That's why I really want you to make that one video that we talked about earlier. That is how you picked out your lands for ping pong. Okay?
Yeah.
I honestly believe if you made that video and said, exactly the reasons, and these are the lands, and this is this, and if you made it, people would love it, Will. Because if you took all that time, you know exactly what you need to say to lay it out for everybody.
Yeah. Yep, I got somebody named Chad stepped in. Hey, Chad, thanks for stopping by. I think I am up to, I was at 16 viewers, now I'm down to 15. I always seem to hover right around 14, 15 people. I'm getting there, but I do notice, though, when I go back and I rewatch some of my videos, that my content picks up later on, my viewership picks up later on. It
always does. It always does, and that's why I always tell everybody, a live stream that's less than an hour, usually not as good as a live stream that's an hour and 15 minutes. Because when you give just even just a little bit more time for more people to tune in, they will be there. They will come. It's just eventually. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, the one reason it might have dropped down one is because I'm listening on Discord, because then I can play on two devices at the same time. And I whipped off the one device and just quickly looked at your stream to see how many subscribers you had.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I threw you a like, and so.
Yeah, and make sure everybody in the stream also throws Will a like. He's doing a great service to the DOT community for spending his time throwing out a live stream for everybody.
I got 15 likes right now. I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah. Well, remember, it's a revolving door. There's people constantly popping in. So.
Is Chad in Non-Toxic Gamers? Is he in band, or where's he normally from?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. I'll see if he answers, but he said it was hard to find mine. But I think we He said he got the link in Godan's video, but I'm not sure.
Well, I posted your link in band all over the place.
Somebody else hasn't shown up yet. So let's see. Where am I now in the event? I only used the one star. I had a couple of I'm at 19.5. I had a couple of 2-star XP relics drop, so I've been trying to burn those up as well, so I don't because I don't really need those. I'm not trying to save 2 stars for Zeus. It gets to be too many relics, especially when we keep running out of slots. I'm one of those in the dev live stream that I usually get on there at least once and say, "Hey, we need more room. I'm running out of slots." It's making it hard to choose. I've actually had to start dumping some of my relics that I was doubling up on just because I was like, well, I need that space for something else. So Chad, he just joined band today, and he's not a non-toxic player, but he is on band. So he must have joined the Dawn of Titans band chat.
Yeah, the main chat. Yeah, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
All right. Did you post the link in there as well?
Oh, I posted it everywhere.
Oh, okay. I didn't see. So, all right.
Yeah, no, I posted it in the main. I of course posted it in the main chat because of course it's for everyone, you know,
yeah,
and also
yeah.
in non-toxic as well. So.
All right. Let's see here. Where am I on the relics? Oh, see, I already got 493. I'm gonna have to do some more forging here in a minute. Well, Chad, I appreciate you stopping by, checking out the stream. Yeah, I did have a naming issue with the stream earlier, so it was probably 30 minutes or so, well, probably longer than that, that I was able to finally, with some instruction, I was able to change the name so people could find it a little bit easier. But hey, out of everything that went right, I mean, the thumbnail worked. That's the only thing. I thought for sure the thumbnail would be the one that would really mess up, but the thumbnail
well, it worked, right?
Yeah, that piece actually worked.
Where'd you grab it from? From the guy that hooked it up in the band chat.
In the band chat, yep. I got it in the band chat. I downloaded it. I emailed it to myself at home. Downloaded it again, and then I had to Google how to add the thumbnail in YouTube. Finally got. I wasn't 100% sure it was going to work, and then it actually worked right like it was supposed to. So I was very happy about that. So I didn't have.
Will, you're more professional than you think.
Well, once I get on the ball and do this more than once a month, this will just be a piece of cake after a little while. Oh, what relic was I using? I was using the bitter.
Anthrax said that he might get his quarterly stream in here this weekend, so we'll see what happens.
Quarterly stream.
Yeah, I heard
good.
Well, see, I ripped on him for that. I said, Anthrax, you always stream pretty soon because you got to get your quarterly in.
Yeah, I typically for me is camping season's coming up.
Wait, what season?
Camping.
Oh, okay.
Does
that have to do with your job, or does that have to do with your pleasure?
My pleasure. I got a 40-foot fifth wheel toy hauler, so during the summertime, I tend to camp a lot on the weekends, and that's not camping in game.
I do remember from past years of you saying, "I don't know how good the Wi-Fi is going to be."
Sometimes I don't even know how good the cell signal is going to be. So sometimes I get out some of these campgrounds and there is nothing out there.
Well, see, let's look at it this way, okay? If in most cases you're leaving on Fridays for these camping trips, correct?
Yep.
Okay. So the events drop on Thursday, so which means you either have to do it on Thursday or Sunday night.
Yeah. So that's where
if you're gonna make the decision to go for it, something in the event, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Let's see. Lawrence Wilkes asked, do they have a Line app? We do have a chat in Line. I'm in that chat. We mainly use it for recruiting. Once we get people in online and kind of introduce them to what non-toxic gaming is and what we're about, then we get everybody moved over to Band. So we don't use Line a whole lot. It's just mainly there for recruiting. But then, like I said, once we get you into a non-toxic alliance, and then we get you moved over to Band. Is that way? Yeah. We consolidate
and Will knows the basically and Will knows the process at this point, because I'll tell you what, between D and Will and the other D, we definitely have the legends and the masters, like team leaders, more or less, separating out the players and where they would like to go, because a lot of times players already have an idea of, hey, I'd like to be in a masters team because that just fits with my play style, you know, or I would like to be in a legends team because that just fits with my play style.
Yeah, and we typically try to put people where they would like to go. Sometimes we do have to maybe put somebody down in a lower alliance and just see, kind of let them prove themselves, and then they get to move up. So we've got a pretty good selection process on how we get players moved around and how we get them placed. So it's usually not too big of a deal. Or if you think you're placed in too low of an alliance, it doesn't take you too long to move back up. Let's see, Chad, he's on the Line chat, and he's currently in Titanfall Alliance. I've heard of Titanfall. I'm trying to think which league are they in right now. I don't think I've actually seen Titanfall for a little bit. So I'm doing pretty good on this, on the grinding here. I've got, I'm almost to 20k. So I need 8k more, basically over 4 days?
Over a lot more time than you would normally expect.
Yeah. 3 days, 6 hours. So I should be able to hit that. And I've got those two...
I'm sure you'll hit it before. I mean, do you have to go back to work on Monday then?
Oh, I'm actually I'm working 7 days a week right now, so.
So it's just nighttime then for you.
Well, I got kind of a special job, so I get to play a little bit at work.
Are you the boss? Are you the boss on the job, Will?
No, but I do. I kind of run my own little product, and as long as I get my job done, my boss kind of lets me do my own thing. So as long as I keep.
Is your boss your wife? No, I'm sorry.
No.
Yeah, his job is taking care of her. Wink, wink.
No, I've been on the same project for roughly 12 years. So pretty much I kind of run my thing. They know that I know what I'm doing. I don't have to have somebody sitting there holding my hand, so I get a little bit more.
That's good.
Yeah, I get a little more leeway than some people do, so it's kind of convenient. And plus, on the weekends, there's usually nobody around to bother me anyway, so I get way more work done on the weekends than I probably do on a weekday.
Is this a 365 situation, or are you talking about you work 7 days a week only during this time of the year?
It's kind of, well, I work a lot of overtime, so it's kind of hit and miss. But the project that I've worked on.
How are you able to do these camping trips if you're working 7 days a week? I'm getting that.
Well, where I work, I'm in a union, and our overtime is not mandatory. So it's pretty flexible since I don't have to be in there when they ask for overtime. But overtime obviously pays really good, so I prefer to be in there. But I tend to work a lot more in the wintertime because I'm not camping. So then when camping season kicks in, then I tend to take off a little bit more weekends and stuff like that. But there'd be times where even when I'm camping close enough that I could still drive in and go to work if I want to.
Yeah.
Which probably happens more than I would like for it to, but again, working overtime beats having to work a second job, so sometimes it's beneficial.
And we all know about how many people out there have to work 2 part-time jobs to just make everything work, or a full-time and a part-time just to make everything work.
Oh man, I remember back in the day, I worked full-time, overtime, and I ran a small construction business. And I was glad of the day that I could finally shut that construction business down, because there was no playtime. It was constant work.
There was no DOT time? I see.
No, there was no DOT time. This was probably about 14 years ago. And I finally was shut my construction business down because it was just way too much work. But trust me, I've been there, done that. I've worked 2 jobs plus overtime. I've worked 2 jobs and ran my own business, and yeah, it's nice now to just be down to 1 job and the overtime, which, like I said, it's something that it's nice to have it there, but it's also nice to be able to take it off when I want to as well.
Yeah, true. Well, see, when you make yourself invaluable to your job, and then you're like, oh, well, I just want to take this time up for myself, they're going to be like, oh, yeah, sure. Do what you want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's crazy. Like this last time I was sick, I took 5 days off, counting the weekend, which was, again, pretty rare for me. But, when I went in on the 6th day, nobody had touched my work. Nobody had done anything, so I came in and I spent 3 days trying to catch up from having missed 5 days of work. Not a whole lot of fun. It's like,
oh wow.
So I had high hopes for catching up, but I work in electronics, and sometimes things don't work out like you would think they would in electronics, so I ended up not hitting the number that I needed, but enough. But now the weekend I get to spend time trying to catch up more. Oh yeah, gotta have dot time. Heck yeah. Especially now, Chad. Now it's a 2-year addiction on. Gotta get my time in.
Yeah. Will's got too much invested in this game to just be like, yeah.
Way too much time. It's kind of nice.
Would do that.
It's kind of nice every once in a while. I get like a $25 gift card from work or something, and they about a year ago, I think it was last year, they started, instead of just giving us cash or whatever, they put it on a reloadable Visa gift card. So that usually all of that money goes into DOT, because I can just load it up on Google Play and go in and say, oh, hey, look, I got $25 this week extra from my boss. I can go and throw it on a Head Start package or whatever, whatever I want to get. Like when I just got ordered my new contacts here a couple weeks ago, and it had a $60 mail-in rebate. And the nice thing on that too is it came in as a little debit card deal. So I was like, oh, cool, another thing I can load onto here.
Yeah.
So let's start.
That's what that anytime that kind of stuff comes up, you're like, yep.
There's another
Yep.
Titan. There's another Titan.
Yep.
So did Truth ever show up, or did he just drop off?
Well, I was just talking to Dee because Dee was asking me. She's like, so what happened to Truth? He's still on this Discord right now, muted and deaf. So I said, I'm taking over for you here in just a very little bit.
All right.
And until Godan comes on. And then I also put after that, unless you want to. And so I don't know. See if Dee actually responds to that.
I don't know if I've ever told Dee this or mentioned it, but I do like to go back, and hers is one of those that I definitely like to rewatch or watch after the live stream, because I don't always catch hers, because sometimes she's on sometimes when I'm already in bed asleep. But I really like going and listening to, especially when her and Drum kind of start going back and forth a little bit.
Oh, it's excellent, isn't it? Isn't it excellent?
I told her I love the little back and forth they have going on. I enjoy it.
I like the comedy. Yeah. I go and I'll watch theirs, and I usually get a laugh at that, because I can usually watch some YouTube, or at least listen to YouTube on the side as well when I'm at work. So.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. And it's hard for... Oh, your battery thing came up on the screen.
I just plugged in.
Okay. Anyway, I was going to say, it's awesome because Dee does not realize how good the content that her and Drum are putting out. Because between the two of them, with Dee's social abilities and with Drum's, like, Drumopedia of the DOT database, it's amazing, and it's such a good combo, and sometimes she just doesn't realize it, and it's just crazy sometimes when it's like
when that warning.
Even the fact that they have differing opinions too actually makes it work even.
I wish I would have checked my battery stats before I plugged this in, because I got to brag a little bit on this Note 9. The battery life is absolutely insane on this thing. I mean, I've probably had 9 or 10 hours of screen on time before I've had to plug in. I mean, this thing is just phenomenal for battery life. And I bought the Monster one too. Or, 512 meg. This thing is just unbelievable, but the battery life is the big thing I really like about it. I mean, I can play all day on this thing and not have to worry about the battery. It's 9:40 at night, and last time I probably had it on the charger was early this morning when I first got up around 4 o'clock this morning. So it's doing pretty good.
That is awesome, though. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, this little Galaxy S7, man, it's lucky if I limp it through 3 hours with the screen on, and then I got to start plugging it in. On my Mini here, I think one more food hit, and I'll get it back up to 10 million in food, which I need. By Fusion event, I'll probably need 20 million to be on the safe side.
Yeah, everybody's gonna need like 1 billion food.
Yeah. And sometimes even on Fusion Day, I'm still out hunting for food because I'm like, it's not enough.
Oh my gosh!
Still gotta have more.
Yo, okay. So how many times have you been out on Fusion Day? Okay, we're talking like the middle of the fusion out of the 24 or 48 hours that they give us to do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like the middle. And every single land you go to, or every single garrison you go to, it's got all the gold lands open, all the food is bubbled.
Yeah.
All the gold lands are open,
Oh, yeah.
all the food is bubbled.
Yeah, and you get next to nothing for if you actually hit a garrison for food because they already
They've
It's
already...
crazy. It's
they're about
absolutely
cleaned
nuts.
out. And,
Yeah,
it's crazy.
you're hitting the lightning arrow. You're like, come on, let me see some food lands. No.
or then you see the poachers that they go and they start stealing the food lands. It's like, no, leave it there and let people go and hit it again, and you'll see people grabbing them. And it's like, why? What did you just gain? Like, you would have got more if you'd have just let it sit there and hit it over and over again. So then people quit opening up because they don't want their lands taken, especially food lands. So then it makes it hard on everybody. It starts driving the food economy down because people can't find it. Just like these events, you've got these people that cap ping pong lands, and it's like, why? Like, you're hurting the people that are trying to do the event. It's like, why do they have to go in and capture these lands? Like, they think they're, I don't know if they think they're doing this somebody a favor or what, which is another reason to have chained lands, because then nobody can steal them. You know, just one more advantage.
Yeah. Okay. Wait. I got an update here. We got Truth here saying 10 p.m. fellas. He hasn't passed out. So.
Did he get on the wrong time zone?
I think he might be thinking 10 p.m. Central. I asked. Okay, 15 minutes from now. Okay. We're good.
Okay. On some more portal stones. I got 15 more minutes of grind in me.
Yeah, good. Will, you are holding it down. You are holding it down.
My wife says I still have to go to work tomorrow.
Yeah, I know.
She goes, she told me, she goes, there's sometimes where you've stayed out to the bar at 10 till 10 o'clock at night. See, on the weekends, I only have to work a straight 8-hour shift, so typically I work 5 to 1. During the week, I work 5 to 3:30, because then I'm doing 10-hour days during the week. So the weekends are a little bit nicer because I only have to do an 8-hour shift.
Oh, you say during the week you work 5:30 to 3?
5 to 3:30.
Oh yeah, I work 6 to 3:30.
Oh, there you go. You get any of that for overtime?
No, but I do get paid shop to shop, so technically we leave the job at 3:30, but I also get paid as we drive home. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so then therefore it kind of makes up for that.
Yeah.
I get paid to sit around and not do much. Sometimes I get paid to sleep if I'm riding with somebody, although sometimes I do have to drive myself.
Yeah. I had a job like that when I was younger down in Kentucky. We would go, I used to work in home audio, and sometimes we'd have to drive an hour or two to get to a house that we were working on. So I would get paid to drive there and back. So sometimes I'd only actually work for like 5 hours, because you get there, you got 5 hours of work, and you got a 2-hour drive home. Well, you got to turn around and come back. At this one, my job now, I've been at this company for a little over 20 years now, and it's only about 8 minutes from my house. So luckily my drive's not too far. Not too far at all. So I think, since we're getting kind of close to the end, I'm probably going to go ahead and pull that other relic. I'm going to pull the gift. I think I finally made up my mind.
All right, Will has made up his mind, DOT community.
I got the one apple. I can make one work. I'll sit on this other relic probably for a year, and then Dioness will come around. But I'm gonna pull it before I change my mind again. There we go.
All right.
Then I don't have to worry about it. It's a done deal. There we go.
Right.
And it'll probably sit unleveled for a year in my account, and then I'll be like, I'll finally get Dioness, and then I'll be like, oh shoot, why did I never level that relic?
Or you'll be like, you know what, actually I don't really want to use it because it's not really the ideal kind of style of mine.
I tell you what, though, that divine, the 5-star paladin, I can't think of what it's called off the top of my head now, the divine something or other.
Touch?
Yeah, divine touch. Those 5 stars, man, they take some work.
Tons and tons and tons of food.
Yeah, you go in there and I'd forge 4 1-star relics into that thing, and it would be 170k food, and it's like, really? Come on. And the little bar, you'd barely see a sliver of green when you put in 4 1-star relics, and it's like, well, I got to get rid of the relics, so here we go. But I finally got that thing done.
Nice.
So now I have the Guardian one done, the Paladin done, and the Champion done. Which I guess it was a relic that I could have thrown on Hades. It's just one of those I hadn't really played around with the stats too much, because right now I have it on Poseidon. But I probably could have put that on Hades and maybe gotten a little more health, but I'm hardly losing any troops right now, so it's not, I guess it wouldn't be too beneficial. Because I think the divine, or, no, the champion one actually only buffs himself, doesn't it? Doesn't buff the troops. I'll have to look at it again.
Champion one buffs the troops.
It does?
It's the Berserker one that only buffs itself.
Okay.
No, and the Guardian only buffs itself.
I can't remember which Guardian I put that one on. I can't remember if it was... I might have that one on Valkyrie, because I got her maxed. Let's see if I look here. The divine.
Oh, and make sure, Will, when you get off, and you do, and you're, and when the live stream is finished, that you make sure you look over to your wife and be like, "That's right, I'm the man."
Yeah. The champion one, it has troop damage and troop health, and Titan and troops resist against melee. So that one. That one wouldn't have been too bad to use, but again, like I said, I'm not hardly losing any troops, so I wouldn't have gained a whole lot, I guess, from it. But we were talking about streams earlier, and I was saying, like, right now, you know, I get anywhere from 14 to 16 people watching, but I went back and I watched my stream from a month ago, and I was going through it, and I noticed it had 70 views on it. So even after my streams are over, it is nice to see that people still go in and will at least check out some of the content that I had previously posted.
Oh yeah, the rewatches. Yeah, of course. Just like you talk about rewatching other people's streams, people do the same for you.
Yeah, I go in.
Especially if you're part of the 24-hour live stream. Will, you know, you've been here before.
Oh, yeah.
This isn't your first rodeo with the 24-hour live stream.
Yeah, I like going, pretty much I try to watch anybody that has anything to do with Dawn of Titans, but I go in, Gaming Rescue. I always like to watch his.
Yeah.
He's always got...
Yeah, go through some of your other people that you like to watch, too, Will.
Let's see. I always watch Gaming Jaeger, Godan, Zolan, Boganara. Jim was a big mother trucker on his. Solja, if I'm pronouncing his name right. I always like to watch his. I like his. Are like entertainment. That's, you know, if that's one thing I could strive to be, it'd almost be kind of neat to have a setup like his. But I don't think there's any way I would ever have time to get all that set up. He's got the little dancing. What is it, with a little avatar type deal that he's got, and all the different things he's got going on his videos. I used to watch Drive By Review, but he doesn't do.
Oh yeah, well yeah.
He kind of died off.
He went to the wayside like APOC did, and
because
Nick.
I think Drive By Review was originally how I found Dawn of Titans, and then I found APOC, and then those guys kind of moved on to other things. Let's see, who else do I watch here? Because some people stream.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. Bad Guy used to stream, but I don't even think he plays anymore, does he?
No, I don't think Bad Guy plays anymore.
Let's see. Who else we got here? I've already said Game Rescue, Gaming Jaeger. Oh, Toriel. Toriel? How do you pronounce his? Gaming
Toriel? Yeah. Well, Toriel is still playing the game, though. So that's the thing. Toriel has never left the game. He's the numero uno Canadian. Although Arch Stanton has gone to the wayside. I don't think he plays the game anymore.
Yeah, Late Night King.
I wish I knew more, but he used to make. He was the meme king for DOT, but I haven't heard anything about Arch Stanton.
Late Night King, I catch some of his videos. Lieutenant Lou comes out of the hiding every once in a while. Momus hasn't streamed in a while, but I've seen him around. Videos. Jason Jerome, like watching his. Let's see who else we got here.
Hopefully JJ does it. Well, no, JJ's probably not going to do a stream. If anything, he might post his statistics maybe tomorrow at some point.
Yeah.
Because he's on his cruise right now.
Oh, I didn't realize he was on a cruise.
Yeah, he's on a cruise.
Okay, cool. Let's see, The Brain. He's always entertaining. I always liked his videos. And then, of course, we got Truth. I don't really watch a lot of his videos. I'm not a huge super fan of him, but I know Zaid Gamer does do some streaming. Let's see, Yuki. I like some of his videos.
Yeah, Yuki does his videos. No, he doesn't talk though.
Yeah, he doesn't talk, but he does do his little videos. Let's see. I think that's about it.
Yeah, well, when it comes down to it, somebody was mentioning earlier about I think it was Feranic, that he wishes there was a YouTuber, DOT. And I feel like that is you, Will, because when you your normal gameplay is in Masters League on a regular basis, and you're a Masters League player, and I believe, like Feranic was saying, that there really isn't a lot of YouTubers that can talk really to the Masters League player. So you know, that is definitely something I would highly consider.
Yeah, I don't mind Masters League. At some point, I'll eventually get back into Legend League, but I'm not ready.
Well, it's not downplaying what you're doing. What I'm getting at is the fact that there is plenty of people that prefer to play a Masters over any other league, and if you can speak to that, that is a huge thing, because Masters League players do not play the same way and do not think the same way as a Legend League.
Oh yeah, and you can tell every season when a Legend League drops down, and they attempt to quickly dominate, and the rest of us are like, so, you know, they come down and they want to cap everything and like destroy everything, and like even right now, War Gods has 541 million VP, and basically everybody in Masters League is like, who cares? You know, that's not what we play for down here. That's not why we're here. But they come down, you know, and they try to dominate. It's like, no, there's a different mindset. It's a different community down here in Masters. And some of those guys, they just don't get it, especially if they're coming down from Legend League, where maybe they've been pounded on for weeks on end, and they're like, okay, we're going to go down here and come pound on these little people. And, you know, it doesn't... It bothers people in Masters, but it's like, you know, we don't really care. That's not how we play. It just means I'm picking on people that don't care. That's not how we play. That's not what we do down in this league. But they eventually get it, or don't. So, was he jumping on right at 10, or...
I think that would be the case. Oh, Truth is here in the chat with us.
He's in the
What's
chat.
up, Truth?
In the chat. Oh, I see Dee lurking over there. She's got hers turned off, but she's there.
But yeah,
I'm here.
Oh, you are there. Oh, Matt. Oh, she heard me talking.
Zalana's all knowing.
Yeah, I am all knowing. I do know what's going on.
All right. Well, Dee, this was the first time I've been able to get Discord to actually work, so this was a pretty happening event today for me. Getting everything going.
Yeah, and also, Will also got over 100 subs today too. So
Nice.
Yeah, I think.
Very nice.
Was it last count? I think somebody said I had 112.
That's awesome, man.
So I got all. I think I was in an hour and a half. No, 2.5 hours. I did about 1,500 souls, 1,300 souls, somewhere around in there. Of course, I did a lot of other stuff.
yeah, a little bit, you know.
Yeah, did a little account show off, kind of showing what I've got, what I've got set up, plans. So it's a pretty good time. Pretty good time. But I got 115 subs. Thanks, Chad. Appreciate it.
Nice.
So I'm almost to 20K. So I'm actually doing pretty good for having 3 days left in the event.
Yeah, so you're going to be able to do this pretty easily with being able to watch other people's streams, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Tomorrow I'll catch up on what all the night shift guys pulled on their stream. So I'll be watching those in the morning. Actually, I'll probably catch Bo live, because Bo was saying he might be on at 5 o'clock, and I'll get into work right at 5, so I'll probably have him up right when I get into work.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, he'll be up at, it's 6, probably 6 Eastern, 5 Central.
Yeah, 5 Central, so I'll probably catch him right as I'm getting to work.
Seven Eastern.
He's talking about going even earlier.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all right.
He's
He's trying to close the gap. He's trying to close the gap up a little bit more overnight.
Yeah.
So, but I know I have to be up early tomorrow, as in the fact that being up right now is probably not good, but it's all right. I've been resting for the last day or so, so I'll be all right. I'll be all right tomorrow morning.
I don't know, man.
I'm interested in seeing at least the start of Truth Stream, and then I don't know after that. I don't know how much longer I'll make it after that. But with Truth going to be streaming here shortly, and then following you is going to be Godan, and then what? D streaming super late night?
No, I'm tired. Tomorrow.
I do it. I do it. So we'll see. But I know definitely Bo is going to be picking up here in the early morning.
Yeah, I was just looking, I got 6 more days till Castle 24. So I'm slowly getting there.
Man.
I'll still be behind on some stuff, but everything I use, I've got leveled up, so I'm good to go with being Castle 24.
When it's over, I mean, you can start whenever you like there, Truth, and then we can just post a link for everyone to jump over to you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm ready whenever y'all are. I'm hanging out.
Oh, yeah, shoot. Dive right on in. I'm ready to go to bed.
Yep, there you go. Go ahead. Start it up there, Truth. Just mute us on here. Mute us on Discord, and then we'll finish up here.
Yeah.
All right. I was just looking at my email, all the new subscribers that joined in. I missed a couple there. I got Sparrow Rowe, Crazy Joker, Ed's Channel, Rock Slide, Aaron MVP, Dome Cafe, Alex, Brad the Bud Light Racer. I appreciate all the new subscriptions. Yep, as soon as Truth gets going, we'll get a link in here. Just waiting for him to get up and running.
All right. Here we are, guys. Another leg of our 24-hour stream. This is Truth coming at you. I'm going to be on this bad boy for a couple hours. I've got a bunch of folks on our Discord, so let me get everybody unmuted.
We are definitely unmuted.
Yeah. We're here.
Now you're unmuted. All right, just unmuted everybody. So let's go down the line here. Let's see what we have on tonight. We got, looks like D is with us. We have Dylan, Luxley, Rockslide, and your boy Salon. So we got Discord full of some pretty awesome folks, guys. So we're going to get this thing kicked off and get things moving along for you. This is obviously one of the biggest events that we've had, whether you've been playing for 6 years. So, Zalon, man, you've been on this 24-hour stream just about the entire time, man. How's this been going?
It's going pretty good. I'm just getting your link up.
Yeah, I'm trying to grab the link. I got
it.
You got it? Okay. I was gonna say I had it and then I lost it somehow. You got it.
All right, you're all good, Will.
So I just click on show. There we go. There's the link, guys. That's for Truth's live stream that's coming on. If everybody wants to jump over, because I'm going to sign off here in just a minute.
Here we go.
All right. There you go.
Yeah, Truth.
Oh, let me...
I got to change. I forgot to change my notifications.
title.
It is
Yeah,
not